Genshin Impact is one of the most famous and infamous games of all time, known for its strikes, gorgeous gameplay, and anime waifus. Despite all of its controversies, I love Genshin Impact as a video game.
You need to leave!
Okay, well, you clicked on this video for a reason. One of my favorite aspects of Genshin is its character designs, ranging from absolutely stunning to, oh, alright. Regardless, I want to throw my hat in the ring with redesigning a few characters from this game, as well as provide my own takes now that 6.0 is on the horizon. A small disclaimer before we begin, this is my first time showing off designs like these to the public, so please understand that my take on a character may be different from yours. Please be kind and respectful in the comments. Also, I apologize if my mic quality is bad, I do not have a proper microphone. Thank you. Without further ado, let's get started. Mona is one of the first standard 5-star characters, and she was actually my first 5-star on my account. I think it's a little poetic how my first 5-star was a Hydro character, and I currently main a Hydro character. As silly as I think Mona is, I'm not a fan of her character design. It just looks uncomfortable. Like, I worry for her sometimes, but okay, Hoyo. I do really like the witchy theme going on, and I really wish they went all in on that, kind of like Lisa. It fits perfectly. Mona's an astrologer. I think her being witchy core works. For my redesign, I kept her color palette mainly the same, but emphasized a darker indigo color. I kept quite a few of the golden patterns she has in her original design, as well as the general star, sun, and moon motif. The framing of her outfit came from a mix of medieval-style clothing and general witchy outfits. I changed her hair up too, giving her a star clip for her pigtails rather than what's going on in her original design. I unfortunately haven't gotten to do Mona's story quest yet, so I'm not going to embarrass myself with my knowledge of her lore, because it's not much. I do love her personality. I giggle every time she calls her teacher an old hag. I personally don't use her much, mainly because I don't really care for her playstyle, though I am building her to be a secondary Hydro DPS in the future, in case I can't use my current main. Veressa was a very controversial character upon her drop, and many people were skeptical of her, me included. And I feel like I have a right to be. I mean, Genshin Impact is releasing its first chubby playable character. Oh man, I'm so excited! And it's just a girl with thicker thighs and big boobs. Yeah, not a good look. Her personality and design definitely won me over though, so take this redesign as an alternate for her Night Soul look, except for her mask. I didn't do her mask. I emphasized more of the yellow on her design and got rid of her sweater. I also gave her longer shorts underneath her skirt so it seemed a little more practical. I gave her bandages around her knuckles for her forearms to emulate that boxer/wrestler vibe she was going on. Oh, and I gave her boots based off of luchadores, which are wrestlers in Mexico that specialize in putting on a spectacle for their fights. Veressa is also based on luchadores, which I think is pretty cool. Aside from that, her design was pretty much unchanged, though I did make her tail match the color of her ears. Anyway, I do kind of hope we get more body diversity within Genshin's playable cast in the future. It'd be really cool, honestly. The chances of that are, well, slim, but I'd like it. I kind of wish I pulled for Veressa. Well, I did, but I stopped for some reason. But hey, she led me to getting Jilonin pretty easily, so I'll give you that. Thank you, Veressa. I would be lying if I said that Childe is not the reason why I'm even interested in Genshin in the first place. In my defense, he's hot, and I love his lore. Honestly, I think he's such a well-written character, and although I find a lot of the memes about him funny, I do kind of wish more of the fandom understood the point of his character and art. Now, I don't really have many predictions of what his future in the story holds, but it's pretty obvious that he's going to be pivotal in Shinjunaya's Arcane quest. And I won't complain. I'm excited to see Tuser again, and maybe of his other siblings. And also more Berserk in general. If you can't tell, I really want Toyo to be playable. I'm not really happy with my redesign. This could just be me being a perfectionist with my favorite, but I feel like I could have added more. Oh well, I'll work on that in the future. For now, I think this is a decent start. I don't really like Childe's canonical outfit. It just doesn't feel intimidating enough. Like, he doesn't look like as much of a threat as Liyue's Argon Quest tried to paint him as. so I gave him a big coat hanging over his shoulders, much like the outfit he wore in the Harbinger interlude video before Sumeru's Archon quest. I also did a small theming of making his clothing become gradually lighter as you go through the layers, to kind of show off how much his relationship with us as the players changes throughout the story. One of my least favorite parts of his outfit is the tummy window. Like, yeah, fan service, but it looks really impractical. Go, Ajax, give us nothing! Much of his design is based after Soviet Union military, considering the Fatui is based off of Italian mafias and the USSR. I do think I could have added more detail or even more hints at his character, like added the meander pattern somewhere in his design to reference his birth name, which comes from the Iliad. Also, I love the fact that the Iliad and the Odyssey are technically canon in Snezhnaya. That's just really funny to me. I do understand the historical aspect of it, and yeah, it does make a lot of sense, but I don't know, I think it's funny. I hope we get some characters based off of other Greek mythos stuff in the future. So, I wanted to get this video out before 5.7, and I have no clue if I've done that or not. See, there's this funny little thing I did called procrastinating on my script for a week. Using the excuse of, oh, I'll just wait to write this until the special program, just in case. And like, there was nothing in there that would have made me wrong about this section. Anyway, Skirk is a character that's been circulating in my brain for a little while. I think this is probably because I got leaked her gameplay style and I immediately fell in love with it. I'm not going to talk much about her lore, mainly because I'm waiting for her story quest, but also because I just straight up don't feel like it. All I'll say is, she's Childe's master/teacher, and I think she's pretty awesome. I'm honestly excited to see the Choose dynamic in 5.7, especially her voice line about him. To me, they've always been kind of like an Odysseus and Athena animatic for my epic musical fans. Hear me out on a Warrior of the Mind animatic. And I just think that's silly. I have mixed feelings over my Skirk redesign, and just Skirk's design in general. I'm glad she did get a redesign for her playability, which is nice. I don't know. Throughout my redesign, I made her look a little more armored compared to her original design. I was kind of emulating the Knights of Favonius in a way. Don't ask me why, I just felt like it made sense. I'm not the happiest with my redesign, but that's something to work on in the future. I used a lot of the crystal shapes throughout the design too, and replaced the butterfly-esque headpiece she has to sort of a laurel wreath-inspired design. I have a ton of different ideas for what I'd like for her to look like too, but I never got the chance to render them, so this is what you get. Sorry. And I guess that wraps up this video. Sorry it's not too long, I kind of wanted it to be brief. Don't ask for a part 2, that will probably be not for a while. I'm not doing a part 2 for a hot minute. But I do have some characters in mind for that, so, you know, never say never. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you thought, because I feel like I just could have improved a lot. So this was a learning experience at the end of the day. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, maybe stick around to see what I have in the future. Who knows? But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye!